Okay, good morning. So we are starting with a new chapter today. This is a chapter on understanding material nature from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, in this chapter, we are going to learn about one of the most important lessons. I know I say this every time, but if you want to know the sum total of all spiritual lessons in this world, then today's lesson is the most essential one. If you were to listen to this lesson, you don't have to listen to anything else. So I hope you take maximum advantage of this and listen very carefully. This is a lesson on human beings, the relationship with God, and the nature. How is it that we all come together in this world, and what happens? How we lose out, and what is the method of getting back? So where is this back? The back is called the essential truth, the knowledge of the absolute truth. What is this truth? So this is what we are going to understand today. So let us begin this lesson. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 2. This is chapter 27, verse 1. Kapila Muni continued. When the living entity is done, thus unaffected by the modes of material nature, because he is unchanging and does not claim proprietorship, he remains apart from the reactions of the modes, although abiding in a material body, just as a sun remains aloof from his reflection on water. Kapila Muni is giving an understanding of the individual who is in this world, but he is removed from it. Removed in the sense he is not attached to anything whatsoever. There are lots of things happening in this world. So giving you an example of your own material life. Today, if you see, there are so many issues going on. If I look at the body itself, the body has its own issues. Human beings have problems connected with the body itself. They have physical ailments. They have mental ailments, issues. They have issues connected to relationships in the material world. They have relationship issues. They have issues connected with food. You name it. Literally everything. All these things are going on. Now, the second aspect of it is the material world itself is in turmoil. How many of you think that we need a good government? We need good people? How many of you think that everything has to change for the better? The weather has to be good. My house has to be good. My spouse has to be good. My children have to be excellent. I'm sure you're all thinking like this. Plus, why are there poor people and why are there rich people? Correct? Why is it that there is so much of disturbance in the material world? Why are wars happening? Got it? Why is the government taxing me? How many issues are we talking about? Everything is boiling down to this kind of things. Today, we have bigger issues. The bigger issues are stemming from the fact that there are issues connected to technology also. Human beings are lost in the material world in the technology aspect as well. They are in the phones. They are using ChatGPT and all other AI tools. People are watching Netflix. How many issues came out? Too many, isn't it? The spiritual person is no way connected to any of these things. He just watches it because he is unchanging. He doesn't change because something is happening around him and does not claim proprietorship of anything. He doesn't believe that he is doing something. If you do something in your life, let us say you're looking after your family, you feel the burden on yourself. Yes, I am taking care of the family. I have a child, I take care of the child. I have a husband, a wife. I have my house, I have to take care of these things. Do you take the responsibility of all these things or no? So I hope you understand you are taking responsibility and proprietorship of everything. You're assuming that you are the one who is in charge of it. Then everything that happens in the world, in countries there is very heavy snowfall. In some countries it's become totally dry. The rivers in Karnataka are drying completely. Do you get the point? Everywhere things are going wrong. Financial issues, material worldly issues, everything. But this person, this enlightened person, is not at all involved in any of these things. Though he lives in that body of his, the body which he has, he lives in that body, but he remains aloof from the reflection in the water, just like he is separated from everything. We move to verse 2. This is again a very important verse. When the soul is under the spell of material nature and false ego, identifying his body as the self, he becomes absorbed in the material activity, and by influence of false ego, he thinks he's the proprietor of everything. When the Jivatma starts assuming, the moment it gets inside the body, it starts assuming that this is my body. These are my parents. This is my house. These are my surroundings. I am staying in this place. How many things? Too many, isn't it? He becomes absorbed in the material activity. So whatever that is going on in his world, he is entangled in it. He becomes one with this thing around him, the nature. He believes that he is responsible for everything. You know how many people take responsibility of what they are supposed to be going through? Look at it this way. You know, if I would have reached in time, my father or my mother would have got saved. Some people say this, isn't it? Somebody is dying and you don't reach in time. Something happens. Suppose there is a bombing happening. The bombing is happening because that person is doing something wrong. That person is doing wrong. I am affected because the bombs fell on my place. You know, recently there was a big fire about 6 months ago, I think, in California. Okay, and there is an actor called Mel Gibson. Now, this Mel Gibson was sitting with Joe Rogan while doing an interview. While he was interviewing over there, the 3-4 hours that he spent over there, The Palisades fire has caught his house and everything got burned down. Are you getting it? Who is responsible? So in his talk, he says, the government promised that they will build accordingly. They will build a better place. And they are not building. So what do? You blame the weather to the government. You blame the fire starting to someone. Conspiracy theories. You got the point or no? We love to blame everybody else and including yourself also. I should have been at home, then the fire would not have happened. You see the way in which a person thinks, oh, you should have been there, then it would not have happened. Who said that? If someone is supposed to die, they are going to die. If the fire has to start, even if you are there or not there, it is still going to start. You might have put 100 cameras, but if somebody is supposed to rob your place, that person is going to rob your place. I hope you are getting the point. In conspiracy theories, we love to talk nonsense. Oh, this one killed that one because of this kind of a thing, and that happened and that happened. Like you have the JFK thing, in America. We have Lal Bahadur Shastri over here. He's dead. Okay. And there are other leaders also. In Pakistan, there is Benazir Bhutto. She got killed. You understand what I'm saying? We love to do these kind of things and take somebody has to be made responsible. Or you take the responsibility. Only the person who is an enlightened person has a clarity in his mind that he and this world does nothing. Everything is destined to happen the way it is supposed to happen. Are you getting it? So everything happens by the will of God. Nobody can take the responsibility at all. So then this false ego comes into the play where he says that I am the body. This is me, Somebody calls me, you are a black fellow. You are an ugly looking person. Suppose somebody says like this. I am going to feel hurt. Oh, he's calling me black. He's calling me ugly. Look at my fat. I must have put on 10 kg weight. I must have put on. You are not even the body. You are only talking about container. Containers, no? Earlier, Coca-Cola bottles used to be glass bottles, green color glass bottles. How many of you know that? Huh? Green color glass bottles. There was a tinge of green in it. Glass bottles. And then came the plastic bottles. Plastic bottles. And today, you can get a can of Coke. You can get a bottle of Coke. You can get a big, a liter can also. Okay. And a liter bottle also. How many ways of looking at it? Even when you buy milk, you may get it in one plastic bag. You may get it in one Tetra pack. You may get it in a rectangular Tetra pack. Or you may get it in the pouring type of it. The container has changed. The content hasn't changed. Do you understand this? And you're talking about the container. I have become fat, That fellow lost his mind. The soul cannot lose his mind. Please remember this. The body can. You understand? Body can. But we start identifying with the container. First mistake that a person does. Then he gets absorbed in the material activity. So when you think you are the body and you start getting absorbed in the material activity, I love my parents, I hate my parents. I love my siblings, I hate my siblings. You got the point or no? Huh? I hate this house, I don't like this house. I want to go and live in another place. I like this food, I don't like this food. I like my wife and my husband, I don't like my wife or my husband. I'm getting married, I'm getting divorced. What are we talking about? We are talking about the container. We are not talking about the self. This is where the first mistake has come about. And by the influence of the false ego, this is called the false ego. He thinks that he is the proprietor of everything. You see, there are hundreds of videos online where the man is beating his wife. In some communities, it is so common. He will beat her, kick her, do all kinds of things. Why? Because she is a slave. They do like that. So you are the proprietor of it. God said so. God is saying over here, you are not the proprietor, boss. You are not. The conditioned soul therefore migrates into different species of life, higher and lower, because of his association with the modes of material nature. Unless he is relieved of material activities, he has to accept this position because of faulty work. I want you to think about these statements, what is being said. This conditioned soul, I am this person. Human beings think that they are human beings. My name is Jack the Ripper. Huh? My name is Tom, from the Tom's Cabin. What? My name is Durandar. Really? My name is Amar Akbar Anthony. Oh, you accepted that your name is that. And then what happens? Because you have accepted that, you are going to be born again and again and again and again and again. Congratulations on your rebirth. And this rebirth philosophy is there in the religions which are here. What are the religions that are here? Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism. Understand? All these carry that rebirth. The Abrahamic religions don't believe in rebirth. That is their issue. We can't do anything about it. The rebirth is not at all considered. So it's all right. Let them think the way they want to think. But their God is going to come back again. God is going to take rebirth. Okay. But they are not going to take rebirth. And the soul is there. So here the problem is transmigration is a very, very clear phenomena as we are concerned. These are called Indic religions. So in the Indic religions, it is mentioned that transmigration happens. You can be born in a higher species or in a lower species. It is because of association with the material nature. This statement you have to understand. Let us say you are a so-called dog lover. You know dog lovers are there in this world. I love my dogs. The dog has been with me for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years or something like that. I love him so much that he sleeps in my bed. I take him out every day. When I come home, he loves me more than my wife. All these kind of things. And the dog dies. And because a dog is dead, you are going in depression. I am depressed. My dog died, I have to go to a psychiatrist because I am depressed. Don't worry. You have a return ticket to the dogs in a kennel. You're going to be born as a dog, my dear sir. Why are you associating with the dog? And my cat. Meow. I love my cat. You're going to come back as a cat. I hate my life, I don't like my husband. Really? If you don't like your husband, you fight with him every day. Don't worry, you are going to come together with your husband next time. It's going to happen. Whomsoever you associate with, in whichever fashion, and this association is strong, this material mode of nature is going to assure you that you are going to be back with that person. If that person is born as a dog, you are going to be born as a female dog. If that person is born as a worm, you are going to be born as a worm. Don't worry. You have to equalize that factor. If you hate your mother-in-law, you are going to be 100% with your mother-in-law for the next 100 lives. Because you hate her, you don't like her. The mother-in-law is going to become a small tick on the dog's body. You will also become a tick. Or maybe you will become that dog, Maybe that tick has to eat your blood. Or maybe in the next life, she will become a dog and you will become the tick. Either which way, you are going to get associated with this person for no rhyme or reason. Unless and until you are relieved of the material activities and has to accept this position because of faulty work. So you got to be relieved from this. You got to be removed from these activities. Removed in this faulty work of yours. You know what is the faulty work? The faulty work is you thinking that I am this person. My association is with this XYZ. And because I am associated with this XYZ, I don't get along with this XYZ. And because I don't get along with this XYZ, I want to get out of this relationship. The moment you are thinking like this, you're going to be more entangled with this person. More and more and more. And when you get entangled with this person, you're going to be, keeping on coming born again, born again, born again, born again, and born again. So, this is the faulty work that you are having. Assuming that you owe it to somebody or you owe it to yourself. Actually, the living entity is transcendental to material existence. But because of his mentality of lording over material nature, his material existential condition does not cease. And just as he is in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages. This person, this soul, which has got entrapped in the body, is actually the super soul, is actually a part of the super soul. Got it? This is the Atma and that is the Paramatma. So it's a part of the Paramatma. But no, you disassociate with the Paramatma and you got associated with this so-called body of yours and any other person associated with the body. And because you got associated with the body, what has happened is you have started taking lording over material nature. This is my job. This is my house. These are my children. This is my family. This is my property. You understand? This is my money. Everything in this world is assumed as yours. And when you assume this as yours, you are going to be stuck up in this position. Okay? And you are going to be entangled in this material world. His material existential condition does not cease. It is never going to come to an end. Let us look at it from a perspective of a common man. A common man, okay? Man on the streets. The man on the streets who has got himself educated. He's a graduate from a university. After graduating, he takes up a job. I have to work. I have to survive in this world. I have to take care of the family. So I have to earn a lot of money. So he goes and he works. The association with his body, I have to eat. So I have to work. I have to stay in a place. So I have to pay the rent. See, I. I have parents. I have to pay them money. I have to give money at home. I am responsible for them. You know, if tomorrow I stop giving money, they will die. Oh, you are the person causing death? Really? I didn't know that. And then later on, when you become a little bit better, I have to get married, you know. So the person believes I am a body, I have sexual desires, and I have desires for starting a family. The Abrahamic religions believe in this. You understand what I'm saying? Jesus Christ never got married. But the rest of the people are supposed to. Here in this case, the answer is, if you get entangled in the material world, you are finished. The Indic religions say these words. Buddha was married. He got out of it. He ran away from there. Isn't it? Look at all the religions here. They talk like this only. I want to be disassociated with everybody. But this is the way in which we always think. So let us come back to this person. So this person is already believing that he is in this relationship. Now I have to get married. After marriage, what am I supposed to do? The whole world is going to laugh at me if I don't produce children. So I got to really try very hard. And I tried very hard and I got children. Reminds me of a joke which I saw on Pakistan TV. It comes in some of the channels in, I think in Twitter or somewhere I saw. So there is this Maulana, a priest of a masjid. And the lady in question is asking, she's a person who is talking to him. She asked him the question. She says, how many children do you have? So he looks at her and he says, 19 only. Everybody raises their eyebrow. What? 19 only? And he says, no. God has said I'm supposed to have children. I have 4 wives. And I have only 19 children. You know, I should be having 39 children by now. Do you get this whole point? 39 children? I have heard of cats and dogs having that. They keep on littering all the time, no? You know, littering means what? In our world, when we are throwing things around, it's called littering. And the dogs and the cats also litter. Human being, you are a human being. 39 children you are asking about? One child is going to be a noose around your neck. Are you understanding? Even that one child of yours is a noose around your neck. You are going to be entrapped in the material world forever. Just imagine you have one child. Are you supposed to take care of him? Yeah. You have one wife. Are you supposed to take care of her? Yeah. How many years you are supposed to take care of her? Till she dies or till you die, isn't it? How many years are supposed to take care of your child? You may say, till he grows up. No, don't worry. After growing up also, he is going to leech on you. Okay? He's going to stick on to your house only. Then what are you going to do? So you cannot get out of these relationships any which way. So forget about getting spiritually, enlightened anywhere. You are never ever going to get out of this material worldly existence. You are going to be born like a leech, like a dog, like a, tick or whatever that is, and forever, forever. It's never going to happen that you will ever get out of this circle of life. You know why the Abrahamic religions say like this, no? Because according to their holy scriptures, they have only one life. They have only one life. So in this life, if they have 39 children also, nothing is going to happen. They don't know what is in store for them. But that's okay. That's their problem, not ours. So this is the where we go wrong. There is going to be life after this life also. And there is a continuation of lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes. Go and check out all those people who are born and who have these, stories who say, no, oh, I was this in last life and that life and that life and that life. Everybody will tell you. So his material existential condition does not cease, and just as in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages. In a dream, are you affected? If you are falling down in a dream, you are doing like this in a dream, isn't it? If somebody is coming and pointing a gun to your head in the dream, that means you are thinking, isn't it? Are you not afraid in a dream? In a similar fashion, when you are entangled in this material world because of all these people around you, plus the houses and the properties and this and that, you are going to be entangled forever. And it is all going to be to your disadvantage. Now we come to the next line, which is an extremely important line. Today I may exceed my time by a little bit, but kindly forgive me. Verse 5 from chapter 27, it is a duty of every conditioned soul to engage his polluted consciousness, which is now attached to material enjoyment, in the very serious devotional service with detachment. Thus his mind and consciousness will be under full control. You may think that it is not your duty, sir and madam. You may be a married person, you may be having a child, children, you may be a Paula, you may be a priest, you may be who the hell you might be. The one thing which you need to understand, you are a conditioned soul, you are a person who has got trapped in a body, and you think you are the body, and because of this, your consciousness is polluted. I am a husband, I am a wife, I am a child, I am a father, I am a mother, I am grandmother, I am grandfather, you know, I am a friend, I am a relative, I am an employer, I am an employee, everything. All kind of relationships you have built yourself around. And if these relationships are going to be the entrapment of your life, then you have to do something which is very important. It is your duty to get out of this, what is called as an attachment. The attachment which you have for your body, get out of this attachment of yours. This attachment of yours that I am the body, I am this, I am that, I am husband, wife, and all these kind of relationships you have built up, my property, my this, my that, you have to get out of this. Become detached to all these things. Why are you taking responsibility of anything? My property. The government is going to put a gun against your head. You take ownership of it. You know, some of the greatest people in the world, some of the greatest people in the world are very smart people. You know who are the smartest of all? the Elon Musk and the Bill Gates of this world. You can't sue them because nothing belongs to them. They have not taken responsibility of anything. Everything. The company IKEA is not owned by that person at all. Okay. The LVMH and all these big companies that are there, from Unilever to P&G to every company, is not owned by any person. So it is not their responsibility to pay tax for that. If you take the ownership of anything in this world, you are responsible for it. Suppose you take ownership of your wife. Are you responsible for her or no? Yes. You take responsibility of your children also. You are responsible as a parent, isn't it? Now, this is a responsibility. So these great people, what they do, no, they put everything in the form of a trust fund, trust, an NGO, non-government organization. Everything is converted into that. And they are not having any ownership of it. This company has ownership. In India also, the Tatas are some of the biggest organizations in the world. Tata, the one who owns the Jaguar Land Rover and all those things. But they are one of the biggest companies. The topmost person is not the owner of the company at all. There is so much of cross, ownership, and the main company is called Tata Sons. It's like a trust. Trust, what a trust is. Nobody owns it. I am not responsible for anything. A Wipro is a trust. Infosys is a trust. NGO kind of a thing. All the top organizations in the world are trusts only, and you are taking ownership of everything. I am the boss. I am this. I am that. I am husband. I am wife. I am children. What? So here, first is you have to detach from all these things. Don't take ownership of anything. So this is what it is. The day you take ownership of anything, you become responsible for it. Of your body, you become responsible for it. So how do you get out of it? By devotional service. Become a devotee of God. A devotee of God is always depending on God for everything. You don't have to bother about who is responsible and who is not. You're just doing your job. And you are not doing the job for yourself. If you are a man, just think that this so-called wife of mine is the child of God, not my wife. She is a child of God. I have to be nice to her. The wife has to think that this man who is my husband, so-called husband, is the son of God. He is a child of God. I have to be nice to this child. There's an essence of the divine in him. And there's an essence of the divine in everybody, including this child which is there. I have children, these children are also by God only. They belong to the divine. They don't belong to me. I am only a via media through which these children are born. So you get into a detached state of being. You don't take ownership of anything. Got it? Most of the people, they are the smartest of the people in the world, don't take ownership of anything. When you get into a serious devotional service to the Lord with detachment, no attachment of any kind, very funny. Human beings think that attachment means something different. When they look at a guru, who is a detached person, he doesn't even give a damn to anything in this world, they feel that they are giving him something. In Sai Satcharitra, it is written that when Baba asked for 60 rupees and 50 rupees and 20 rupees, oh, look at this fellow. If this guru is asking for money, what is he going to do with the money? Ask yourself this question. Nothing, no? He doesn't take ownership of his own body. He thinks he is after your money. He takes that money and gives it to somebody else. He doesn't keep anything for himself. In a similar fashion, the guru is an extension of the divine only. How you look at him is what you have to see. It has to be what is called as a serious devotional service. And it has to be done with detachment, not with any attachment of any kind. So the mind is free of consciousness, it will fall in full control. Only when you do this, that you will get full control of the consciousness. One has to become faithful by practicing the controlling process of the yoga system and must elevate himself to the platform of unalloyed devotional service by chanting and hearing about me. So here he is giving a technique for all the people in the world. I know everybody thinks that they are entangled in everything. So first and foremost, they are supposed to follow the system of yogic principles. What is it? The yoga system is of this type. Yama, niyama. So there are some rules that you got to follow. Simple rules. You have to be clean. You cannot be sitting for a satsang without taking a bath. I hope you understand this. This is a very important thing. This is God's words. It is called yama niyama. People sit, they get up from the bed and they will sit for satsang. That is not how you are supposed to be. You have to follow some rites and rituals. There is a way of approaching the top people, isn't it? If you have an interview at 7 a.m. in the morning, are you going to go disheveled over there? No, no. You're going to be nicely dressed. You're going to take a bath. You're going to smell good. You're going to put on good clothes. You're going to be ready for the show. And here people think that, sitting for a satsang means, oh, I can sit whichever way I feel like. No. Yamas and niyamas are a must if you want to get out of this material worldly life of yours. There are certain laws in this world that have to be followed. There are do's and don'ts. Then after that is called asana. There is a way of sitting. Westerners sit on a table and a chair, correct? Have you noticed Westerners sit on a table? There's a table and there's a chair. They sit on a table and chair. They eat. And when they eat, they can eat a lot. In India, if you come to my place, earlier I used to sit on the floor, but now because table and chair is there, but I will sit with my legs folded in the chair. The reason why you sit with folded legs is this. Only that much amount of food you will consume, the one only what is required, not extra food. Are you getting the point or no? Only that much of food will be consumed. But human beings don't listen to that. When we go to the restaurant, we have our legs down. And we have our legs down, we eat as much as we want. These are certain rules you have to follow. These are called yamas and niyamas. Everything has to be done in moderation. You understand what moderation means? Nothing extra, nothing less. That much only. So yamas, niyamas, pranayama, you have to do breathing exercises. Pratyahara, the way in which you get up in the morning, have your entire day scheduled for yourself. You have to follow the schedules absolutely to the T. Dharana, you have to visualize. God is not there in front of you just now. You can't see him, no? Visualization techniques, dhyana, meditation techniques, and then you get into the state of samadhi. So these are the ways in which the yogic activities can be performed. All right? First, you have to follow these techniques, be very good at them. And after that, you must elevate yourself in the unalloyed devotional service. Get yourself in the devotional service, taking the name of God constantly. So take the name of God. Listen to the words. Do satsangs. Listen to devotional music and something like that. And always keep on hearing about me. In executing devotional service, one has to see every living entity equally without enmity towards anyone, yet without intimate connection with anyone. One has to observe celibacy, be grave, and execute his external activity, offering the results to the Divine Lord. So when you are in devotional service, you are part of my devotional group, isn't it? I am from the Bhakti Marg, and because I am a teacher from the Bhakti Marg, it is your duty to be around over here. So if you are here in this or Bhakti, then what you got to do is look at everyone. Look at everyone as a portion of the divine, little portion of the divine. And when you consider him, them as a little portion of the divine, you have to see everybody without enmity. Understand the term without enmity means what? Even your own enemies should not be enemies at all. I hate my friend. I hate this. He was my ex-friend, my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, there is nothing called ex-girlfriend. My ex-husband. There is no ex-husband. You understand? My friend who became my foe. There is no foe in this world. Everybody has to be seen, including your mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother, sister, husband, wife. Everybody has to be seen as an essence of that divine Krishna. But, please listen to this but. Yet, without intimate connections with anyone. Oh, my son is an extension of Krishna, so I will love him more. Will you love the one that you hate as much as you love your child? No. This is not a done thing. Then you are not there in devotional path at all. You cannot love one person more than another person. Everybody has to be seen in an equal eye. Your enemies included, the ones that you call you names, the ones who hate you. You may not like somebody in your life. That person also is an essence of the divine and cannot be considered as an enemy. So you cannot have intimate connection. This is my father. This is my mother. This is my husband. This is my child. No, no, no. Everybody is a child of God. Think like that. This is the essence of it. And observe celibacy. Celibacy means what? There should be no continuous desires of having sex all the time. Only when the time arises, that time you have it. But celibacy has to be maintained at any given point in time. You cannot be having thoughts about the other person. Oh, I want to do this. I want to. No. There is a system in that, in place. You have learned this in the scripture also, have you not? You know the story where Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksha was born. Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyakashyap were born. Their mother, she asked her husband, for this purpose, I want to. The husband said, okay, if that is the requirement of the hour, I will do it. Otherwise, he was a yogi. All right. So, we grave and execute external activities. All external activities have to be done, whether you like it or not. Offering the result to the Divine Lord. The result always has to be offered to the Divine Lord. Here I am going to give you one small understanding. When you were in school, in India, we have a system. I mean, I'm talking about some real good Indians. When you were in school, when you got your results, was your mother and father telling you keep the results in front of God? Yes. So you kept the result card in front of God, isn't it? When you got into college, the same thing you were supposed to do. When you bought a house, you keep the papers of the house in front of God. When you get married, you take God's permission. When you have a child, you go and take the child to God's temple. These are systems in India. You have to follow them. So you have to offer all these things to God. A portion of whatever you do has to be offered to the God. First salary comes. When the first salary comes, you take a portion of the salary and offer it in the temple or to the priest or to God or to Guru or whoever. That is a way of life. Anything that you do in life, first it has to be offered to the divine only. In our place here, we make, even sweets and stuff like that. The first portion is always offered to God. Any earning, anything that comes about, it has to be offered. If a new phone is bought, you have to first keep it in front of God. You are not supposed to be just doing whatever you feel like. It is said offering the results to the divine Lord. So I hope you understood this lesson. We will stop here for today and tomorrow we will continue on this.